low armor value at 7. So these guys have the no-hand skill, like the Death Roller, which means they cannot carry the ball. So if the ball falls on their tile, it will scatter. And they have the Ball and Chain skill. Basically, whenever you want to move, you will scatter in one of 3 directions. So basically, you can only move north, south, west, and east. You cannot move to diagonal tiles by choosing so. So let's say you want to go north. Well, the game will roll a 6-sided die, and let's say it gets 2, you will go diagonally left. 3 or 4, you will go forward, north, as you wanted to. And on a 5 or 6, you will go diagonally right. Well, and up, of course. So, even though they're very strong, they rely a lot on luck. Of course, if you have a bunch of opponents in front of you, they are awesome. As with 7 strength, they can do a lot of damage, especially if you get the Mighty Blow skill eventually. Anyway, I really love this guy. But this is one who needs a bribe, because, well, with 7 strength, you want him on the pitch. And now the secret weapon that was added with the Legendary Edition, which should have been in the vanilla game, but hey, at least he's here now. The Bombardier! You see, he's all happy and stuff. The Bombardier, he throws grenades all over the place. Well, bombs, if you prefer. And those act pretty much like the Fireball spell. They are an area of attack. Well, they act a bit like a block. The difference is that they throw the bomb just like they would throw a ball, but they can't throw it as far as a regular ball, since a bomb, well, weighs more. So here is the problem. If they fumble their throw, it will fumble right next to them, and it will cause a turnover since they will fall on the ground. But if you are able to throw it to an opponent or right next to an opponent, well, it will knock them down. And the people in adjacent squares, for example, well, for people in the tackle zone of the tile that the bomb fell into, they will have to make a roll like a fireball, and if they get 4, 5, or 6, well, they are hit. And then you have to make armor rolls and injury rolls for those who messed up with their armor roll. And just like the chainsaw, you can't earn any star player points by injuring players like this, but still, they can be really useful. Of course, they can just fail miserably, just like any other goblin, but still, they're fun. So, 40,000, we buy 1. Then you have the trolls. Well, the goblins, you know, they're not very good. Thankfully, they can have up to 2 trolls, and that certainly helps. Unless, of course, you know, they get their really stupid skill kicking in, and then, well, they're pretty much useless. However, really important to have. So you'll want to buy at least 1. They're 110,000, so they cost a little bit. So now we have 5 players. So if we bought 6 goblins at 40,000 each, I would still have 100,000 left. So, since I like violence and all, I'll buy another troll and a bunch of goblins, which I forgot to show. 6 move, decent. However, they'll have some trouble with faster teams like elves or Skaven or lizardmen as well. Strength pretty low, agility normal, armor very low. They only have they come with the dodge and stunty skills right away, as well as right stuff, which, if you remember by watching my other videos, right stuff enables them to being thrown by a troll. So, and that can always have some very, very fun consequences. So, now I have 10 players. And I still have some money. So, 11 players. Usually, you'll probably want to drop the second troll and instead get a couple of goblins in case you get injuries, which you will get, let's face it. However, in this case, I'll go for another reroll instead. Because if you take a look at the players we can purchase, now I have every secret weapon available, and I have my 2 trolls. Now, the only problem with this team is that I have 3 secret weapons, and I only have 11 players. So if I want to, well, I have to use all 11 players on the pitch. So that means you would need 3 bribes to get all your players to stay on the pitch after a touchdown or the half. And well, that's pretty pricey. So instead, you may want to just forego the pogoer and get a couple of goblins instead, or forego 1 troll and the pogoer and get a few more goblins. Or you have to make some tough decisions when you create a team. Anyway, that's how I would play it, simply because I like violence. And I prefer to be giving it than being on the receiving end. But that's just me. So, that's about what a goblin team would look like. However, you can always choose to be a bit stingy on the rerolls, like buy 3. That's a bare minimum for goblins, and get all your special